So I lost quite a lot of respect this morning for a man who I previously didn't always agree with, but respected as a decent journalist, as a, giving everybody a fair hearing on his morning show. Nick Ferrari of LBC was absolutely frothing at the mouth about the protesters in Bristol, Black Lives Matter, tearing up this statue of this historic slave trader and throwing it in the sea. Now, a lot of people are saying this is, it's changing history, it's an insult to history, it needs to be there to teach people about the history of the slave trade and racism. Well, I learnt long division in school and there wasn't a fucking massive statue to it on the school grounds. Statues they're a totem, they're an honorary thing for people that societies deem worthy. Heroes, saints, gods, things, martyrs, things like that. The ancient Greeks built massive statues to their gods. That's what it's all about. So when you have a statue, it's not for what you did historically. Otherwise, there would be Hitler statues all over Germany. And in fact, in Germany, it's illegal to display a picture of Hitler, to display a swastika in public. Why? Because they're fucking ashamed of it. So why is it that we have statues? In fact, we have roads named after slave traders in the UK. And that, to me, is the embodiment of when Stormzy famously said Britain is definitely 100% racist. And everybody was up in arms. Oh, he said all of Britain is racist, which isn't what he said. That, to me, is the embodiment of that. Why have we still got statues of slave traders in Britain? Why have we still got roads named after slave traders? These people bought and sold human beings as property. They are not worthy of statues. So uproot them, throw them in the sea, set the fucking things on fire. Do what you will with them, destroy them, throw eggs on them. These people are not worthy of our honorary statues. Just not worthy. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. I don't see statues to slave traders as some kind of historical message. Now, I'm against things like banning certain books in schools, such as To Kill a Mockingbird, because it contains racist language, because the book is about racism. Let's not mix the two up. Having something that teaches a lesson about racism, about slavery, is completely different to glorifying and honorising a slave trader. And that's what a statue is. It's something to commemorate, to honour somebody. Now, they desecrated the Churchill statue, put Churchill was a racist on it. I fully agree. Churchill was a fucking racist. He actually advocated using poison gas, which, when you think about it, in the 30s and the 40s, was, popularly used. He did say it in 1919. He advocated using poison gas on uncivilized tribes, to use his own words. The man was a racist. So take his statues, next to go, as far as I'm concerned. I'm really sorry, but get them in a fucking ocean. Because his one crowning achievement that everyone credits him with is keeping morale up during World War II. And we now know that to be largely propaganda anyway. It was largely bullshit. He did not keep propaganda. He did not keep morale up in the Second World War. In fact, he was largely pissed and drugged up in the Second World War. There's rumours that he was, a paedophile as well, who liked young ginger boys. So, fuck that man. Get his statues in the fucking ocean. Fuck any slave trader, any racist that we have statues of. Tear them up, set them alight. Because that, to me, is the ultimate symbol of resistance, the ultimate symbol of protest. They complain when you take a knee. They complain when you hurl projectiles at police, and now they're complaining when you tear down statues. Now, I'm sorry, I disagree with hurling projectiles at police. I disagree with violence as a means of protest. I completely disagree with, in some parts of the UK, and indeed very close to my house actually, and in some parts of the US, where they've been destroying their own communities in the form of protest. But I understand why they would do it. I just disagree with the fact that you're destroying your own communities. If you're going to destroy property in Westminster or in the White House. Do it where the problem stems. Don't do it in your own community, because you're just helping the powerful and the elite hold you down. So if you want to tear down a statue. Fuck anybody left, right, centre, who tells you that tearing down a statue is desecrating history. It's not. It's making history. They paraded and laughed and had a great old jolly time when they tore down statues of Lenin in the USSR when communism fell in Russia, and now when it's happened to black, slave traders, when their statues are torn down, we're told it's vandalism. Well, it can't be vandalism when it's against somebody that you like, and not vandalism when it's against somebody you disagree with. That is just the biggest hypocrisy going. The government has said this is an act of vandalism. The same Tories who would have cheered, I presume, in 1991 when the USSR collapsed and they tore down the statues of Lenin. Statues are honorary. They are not, I repeat, not a historical monument to what happened. It's not a memorial with all the slaves' names on it, is it? It's a statue of the man who bought and traded slaves. If you want to learn about history, read a book. Have a memorial. Now, speaking of which, desecrating the War Memorial in London is absolutely disgusting, and I will tell you why. Black people fought and died in the Second and First World Wars. Why are you desecrating a War Memorial? But we get these types at any protest. If you see a statue of a slave trader, or a street named after a slave trader, destroy it. Set it on fire, throw it in the ocean, throw eggs on it, do whatever you will, because that's exactly what they've done, and it's getting talked about. That is the point. It's getting race relations and racism and systemic inequality talked about. Do what it takes. Just don't destroy your own communities. That's all. I'm out. I'll see you next time.